And welcome back, and it is the 13th of March, further maths 5 a day, and let's just jump straight to the first question. Right, what do we have? Make C the subject of. Wow, okay, that's difficult because the C's down there. No, okay, quick think about what to do there. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to fix the right hand side. So just for space reasons, I'm going to do this over here. So the right hand side, so this bit here becomes, make the same denominator, so 8a plus b minus 7 over a plus b. And the reason I've done that is because I want the c on the top. So therefore I can flip both the left hand side and the right hand side. So that's going to give me a, b, c over 3 is equal to a, b over 8a, b minus 7. Doesn't look much better, but actually if I think about it slightly differently, I can write the left-hand side as AB over 3 times C. And that means I can get the C on its own by doing AB over 8AB minus 7 and multiply that by 3 over AB. Now, this isn't going to turn out to be anything really nice, is it? I can see what it's going to turn out to be. It's not great, but it's definitely better than it could have been if I'd sort of done a couple of different methods. Multiply top by 3, which is going to give me 3. Cancel the AB, so these are going to cancel out. And that's going to leave me with 3 on the top and 8AB minus 7 on the denominator. And that, I'm having a quick look just to check I'm happy with it. Yeah, that's my final answer. I'm happy with the cancelling. I'm happy with the 3. Yeah, I'm good with that. Done. Next question. Y equals x cubed plus 2x. Work out the values of x at which the rate of change. Very cleverly worded. So now instead of using the word gradient, we're saying rate of change. But it is in effect the same thing. So I'm saying effectively, where does dy dx equal to 50? So let's work out what dy dx is. And again, as I've said in different videos, you will get at least a couple of marks. 1 mark for knowing to differentiate and 1 mark for differentiating correctly. So if we work out dy dx, that's going to be 3x squared plus 2. I want that to equal 50. I'm going to take away 2 from both sides, which is going to give me 3x squared equals 48. Now, I can see where this is going. In other words, if I divide by 3, that's 16. Now, it is not the case that if you get whole numbers, you're definitely right. But the fact that my numbers are minus 4 and 4 just makes me feel a little more comfortable that I'm probably correct. Again, not definitely, but probably correct because they are nice values. Either way, I'm locking that in. Question done. Next question, solve. Now, normally I would say let's do the power of 2, but because I've only got a 16 and a 4, I'm actually just going to do powers of 4. So 16 is the same as 4 squared to the power of x. 4 is 4 to the power of 10 minus x. The left-hand side becomes 4 to the 2x. The right-hand side stays 10 minus x. And then because my base values are equal, I can just say that 2x is equal to 10 minus x. Add x to both sides, tells me that 3x equals 10, and that means my final answer is going to be x is equal to 10 over 3. And that is question done. Not too bad at all, that one. Good question. Next question. The nth term of a sequence is, so obviously this is, I'm going to write un, because I can refer to it then. The difference between the two consecutive terms is 25. Work out. Oh, okay. This is quite a difficult question. Now, a few ways of setting this up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down what the question says. So the question says that un plus 1 minus un is equal to 25. So therefore, un plus 1 is going to be n plus 1 squared. I'm basically just putting it into here. So n plus 1 squared minus 6n plus 1 plus 7. And then I'm taking away un, which is basically just this, which is going to be n squared minus is plus 6n minus 7. And then I'm going to expand carefully, because obviously this is the place you're going to mess it up. And so, and by the way, all that's equal to 25. And then if I expand, let's zoom out so you can actually see what I'm writing. So that's 25. So that's going to be n squared plus 2n plus 1, expanding the brackets, minus 6n minus 6 plus 7 minus n squared plus 6n minus 7, not plus 7, so minus 7 minus 25 is equal to 0. Basically, I'll just move over into the left-hand side. Now, my n squares will cancel, my 6n's will cancel, my 7's will cancel. So let's just add up what I have left over. So I've got 2n and that's all the n's I've got. And then I've got 1 minus 6 is minus 5 minus 25 is minus 30 is equal to 0. Add 30 to both sides gives me 2n equals 30. Divide by 2 and n is equal to 15. And that is not question done, because actually it then says work out the two terms. So I'm going to have to go over here for space, aren't I? So I then need to work out u15, the first one, and u16, which is the second one. So let's remember that it's n squared minus 6n plus 7. So again, I'm going to write it out here so you can see what I'm doing. So un equals n squared minus 6n plus 7. So u15 is equal to 15 squared minus 6 times 15 plus 7. This feels like a calculator out again. So 15 squared minus 6 times 15 plus 7 is equal to 142. And 16 is 16 squared minus 6 times 16 plus 7, which is equal to 167. That's right, so 16 squared minus 6 times 16 plus 7 equals 167. And just a quick check, you take those two away, you do indeed get 25, that's the correct answer. So the answer to the question, by the way, is 142 and 167. Wow, good question. Definitely a bit longer than I thought it was going to be when I started, but nice question. Final question. 4 sine squared equals minus 6 cos squared is equivalent to, so this is the identity, which means everything on the left equals everything on the right, a plus sine and squared x. Work out the values of a and b. Oh, I don't know what b is. Okay, I think, thinking about what the answer is going to be, I think there's supposed to be a b here. So I'm going to assume there's a b there because I think I know where this question's going. So what I'm going to do is the left-hand side is equal to 4 sine squared x minus 6, 1 minus sine squared x. In other words, sine squared x plus cos squared x equals 1. Rearrange gives me cos squared x equals 1 minus sine squared x. Let's do some collecting. So that's going to be 4 sine squared x minus 6 plus 6 sine squared x, which is equal to 10 sine squared x, that was correct to put this in by the way, minus 6. And let's just compare. So if we look at the sine squared x, I've got 10 and b, the b that I've had to make up, which means that it must be the case that b is equal to 10. And if I look at my numbers on their own, I've got minus 6 here, which means that a is equal to minus 6. And that is, yeah, I'm happy with that. I think it's just unfortunate that B was missing from the question. But either way, it's a good question. It's a typical sort of further maths, not too bad, 2-mark question. Good mix of questions I get today. Quite enjoyed them today. Let me know how you did. As ever, do like and subscribe, and I'll see you for tomorrow's questions. Thanks all.